Typically in the world of hip-hop, the beef stays between the artists themselves, but this time around, Cardi B seems to be going way out of her lane to call out Peppa Pig. Yes, you heard that correctly. The very animated Cardi B actually called out the animated pig in a very threatening tweet. We're gonna spill all the tea for you right here on IO, but first, make sure you tap that like button to show some love to the channel. And with that out of the way, let's just dive right into today's story. Apparently, the mama bear in Cardi B is really starting to come out as she absolutely blasted Peppa Pig for being a bad influence on her 2-year-old daughter Culture. I've never personally watched the show because I have no invested interest in it whatsoever, but apparently Cardi B's complaints are basically a channeling of frustration from parents across the globe. Cardi unleashed her displeasure for the show on Twitter and said, "My baby been watching Peppa Pig and now every time she sees a wet puddle she wants to stomp on top of it. That gets me so tight. Fucking up her Uggs. Damn you, Peppa Pig. Count your days." Now this tweet was already funny enough to me, but the replies are what really sent me. Someone replied to Cardi's tweet threatening to fight Peppa Pig and said this: "Peppa big as hell. You may want to rethink that." Man, who knew that Peppa Pig standing up would be over 7 feet tall? Learn something new every day from the Peppa Pig fandom page. Who would have thought? For the most part though, Cardi was met with other parents sharing similar stories of how Peppa Pig was changing their child's behavior. Another person replied saying, "Peppa Pig made my little brother believe he was British."
Give me some water.
Some what?
Some water.
Some water?
Yeah.
Then they even followed up that tweet saying that this video was from 2 days ago on Christmas and he was still talking with a British accent, which is an adorable side effect from watching too much Peppa Pig, but that being said, sometimes the effects are not always pleasant for parents to deal with. The show itself spans almost 250 episodes in over 20 languages worldwide, so to say that Peppa Pig is a household name would be almost an understatement. Although Dr. Karen Phillip, who is a parenting expert, has recently been warning parents about the dangers of leaving your child to sit and watch non-educational television shows, a category that Peppa definitely falls into. During an interview, the doctor said, "Kids are losing the capability of developing skills in empathy and reading other people's body language because they're not so in tune with it anymore." Peppa Pig in particular has raised concerns about behavioral issues as previously mentioned. I mean, this whole story is about how Cardi's daughter is having behavioral issues from just watching this show. Now, to back up this claim that Peppa Pig could really be an issue, I'm going to quickly outline some examples that Dr. Karen Phillip had provided online. For starters, the fact that Peppa is always calling her dad fat or screeching at him is just filled with issues. Even as the daddy pig starts exercising and telling his daughter that he's naturally fit, she yet again undermines him by saying that he doesn't look fit and that his tummy is big. This right here is teaching children how to be insensitive, and the worst part is that it's hidden behind some outdated physical humor jokes. Secondly, we have the puddle jumping. I get that she's a pig and pigs roll around in the mud, but how mad would you be if your child wanted to jump in every single puddle while you were just trying to get where you were going? This is a leading by example lesson and not one that you want your kid to learn. Although something even more problematic to be teaching children is whenever Peppa seems to lose a game. The moment she loses, we get this incessant whining, because if there's one thing I want to teach my children, it's how to be a sore loser. Now, not only is Peppa rude to her parents, but she's also rude to her own friends. The more I read about Peppa Pig, the more I'm on Cardi B's side with this one. Not advocating for violence against a cartoon pig, but man, this show really needs to be exposed. What are your thoughts on Peppa Pig though? Do you agree with Cardi B, or do you think that we're all just overreacting here? Either way, I'd love to hear what you have to say in those comments down below. And while you ponder that, let's check out some of your comments from the video titled "Family Banned from United Airlines After This Update." Just some guy without a mustache says, I feel bad reading this because I have one. "Imagine being the kid getting unwanted attention growing up all because your mom made a fuss about it on the internet." I feel like we are going to hear many of these stories in the near future about people's parents becoming viral sensations or Karen freakouts, and then what the kids have to deal with going through school. Hey, aren't you the kid with the mom that screamed at the guy in Walmart about wearing a mask? Nope, not me, not me. Zylo says, "Yeah, why the hell does this mother need to vacation during a global pandemic?" Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Unless she's traveling for work, but it doesn't make any sense. Seems like she's just going on vacations. Kelly Pogue says, "Parent, it's a verb, Gary Brooks." This comment, best comment. Parent is a verb. Remember that. Jay Marshall says, "Imagine dumping your kid with someone else just so you can get on yet another vacation in the middle of a pandemic and then believing you're the victim." There's a lot of victim mentality going around and now everybody thinks they're a victim. So just maybe don't fly during a pandemic. Maybe just wait. Burn Baby Burn says, I love that name, "And with that, the people's opinion of the situation is more united." Yes, that was terrible and I apologize. Hey, never apologize for a pun. You said it to the right person. Thank you for watching today's video, guys. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy.